Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you here again. And I just saw all 5 new episodes of the new series created by the co-creator of Phineas and Ferb and Milo Murphy's Law, Hamster and Gretel. I was so excited ever since this show was announced. I loved Phineas and Ferb when it was on, and though I didn't see every episode, I did enjoy basically every episode of Milo Murphy's Law that I saw. And the fact that show never got a 3rd season is a fucking crime. This show was not co-created by Jeff Swampy Marsh, so Dan Povenmire is pulling it solo with this one. Maybe Swampy will do like a guest voice in an episode if they ever decide to do another Phineas and Ferb crossover and Milo Murphy's Law crossover. Dan has already confirmed that a crossover between all 3 shows are not planned for seasons 1 and 2, but if the show gets renewed for a 3rd season, then that will definitely be pitched. But anyway, how good is Hamster and Gretel? I think it might be the weakest of Dan's 3 Disney shows, but the other 2 were just so fucking good. Phineas and Ferb was Phineas and Ferb, and Milo Murphy's Law was just creative genius and comedy genius, and Weird Al was in it, so it automatically gains like 80 points. Fun fact, did you know that Milo Murphy was supposed to be in Phineas and Ferb the movie Candace Against the Universe? I don't know why they decided to cut the character out, probably because it didn't work for the story, but Weird Al does make a cameo as a t-shirt cannon guy. Hamster and Gretel is about a little girl and her teenage brother, and they both are abducted by aliens, and the aliens give them superpowers. But instead of giving the powers to Gretel and Kevin, they give it to Gretel and her pet hamster, who was also in the car. So Hamster and Gretel are the big superheroes, while Kevin is the guy in the chair who makes sure Gretel doesn't get in any trouble. And there's also Hamster. Now, one of my major problems with Milo Murphy's Law is that the main character designs weren't really that great. They weren't bad, but they looked more so like background characters from Phineas and Ferb. So it's nice to see that with Hamster and Gretel, Povenmire decided to fix that issue a little bit. Although Kevin kind of does look like you shrunk down Jeremy and gave him brown hair. But aside from that, I'd say all the characters look unique and distinguished from each other and compared to some other characters in the background or from of Dan's other shows. He even modeled one of the characters off of himself, which I think is pretty good. And as for the characters themselves, the main trio that we follow, Gretel, Kevin, and Hamster, they kind of fall under, or they remind me a lot of Phineas, Candace, and Ferb. Gretel is kind of Phineas's optimism cranked up to 11. Kevin is kind of like Candace, only Kevin is not not trying to reveal the secrets from Gretel to his parents. And Hamster is like Ferb, but Hamster gets an additional 2 or 3 lines per episode, where Ferb usually got like 1 line per episode, maybe 2. They're not bad characters, they're definitely decent characters, and there's lots of room for them to develop, and even in these 5 episodes, by the time I got to the 5th episode, I definitely saw some growth in Gretel, where she is actively trying to get the civilians out of the parking garage before she fights off the bad guy. Where in, say, episode 1 or 2, she's like, yeah, I'll just punch it away. Psh. And the rest of the characters are nice and likable. The show definitely follows the villain of the week formula. In fact, the recurring news reporter, voiced by Liza Koshy, even references the fact that this is a Villain of the Week show, where each new episode features a different bad guy for Hamster and Gretel to fight off. While watching the show, now they're superheroes, and superheroes will have alter egos and secret identities, and the only person who knows of Hamster and Gretel's secrets outside of Kevin is their cousin Fred, who Fred is debatably the best character in the show. There were quite a few moments in the final episode that I watched specifically that I was just sitting there like, just tell them you're a fucking superhero already. Specifically when Kevin is talking to his crush Naomi, and where Gretel is talking to her best friend, Jamie, I believe her name was. And they're like, hey, you look just like and act like and sound like and have the same name as my friend Gretel. It's like, Kevin, you're talking to Gretel? What? Like the superhero? And that, I don't know about you, but as an audience member, for me, that can get kind of annoying to watch episode to episode. And we're only on episode 5. And hopefully this show will do something like The Ghost of Molly McGee did, where like halfway through the season, they're just like, fuck it, let's just reveal the secrets. Typically, that's what a lot of cartoons are doing nowadays. The Ghost of Molly McGee did that. Danny Phantom did that back in 2004. Even the 90s Spider-Man cartoon did that. It took till the final season to do it, but it still did it. But then again, I don't expect this show to be one of those big shows that have overarching storylines for seasons to seasons, like, say, Amphibia or The Owl House or even DuckTales. It might feature the same level of continuous episode storytelling that Milo Murphy's Law did, which led up to the Phineas and Ferb crossover. And maybe this season we'll do the same thing when we get to, or if we get to, that massive 3-way crossover that they might do. That crossover hasn't even been announced yet, so what the fuck do I know? First we gotta get the show renewed for a 3rd season, and then we can worry about if they're gonna do the Phineas and Ferb, Milo Murphy's Law, Hamster and Gretel crossover episode. Back on the subject of secrets getting revealed, yeah, that can be annoying. But you're probably like, Phineas and Ferb did that too, and in every single episode, and that was never really broken. But here's the thing about Phineas and Ferb. Those secrets were revealed. And when they were revealed, the show gave us a very good reason to why they were not revealed. If Perry's secret is revealed, then Phineas and Ferb and the Flynn Fletcher family will lose Perry. If Phineas and Ferb's secret is revealed, then there's a very good chance that Linda and Lawrence will go ahead and send Phineas and Ferb off to a boot camp, or ground them forever, or bust them forever, as Candace puts it. As Dan Poffmeyer says, if Candace just decided to take a picture of what Phineas and Ferb has built and show it to her mom, then the show is over. Back on to Hamster and Gretel. I do hope that eventually, say, the parents find out, or Naomi finds out, or, like, say, I don't know, Julia, or whatever the fuck, Jamie, whatever the fuck her name is. Life of me, I can't remember this kid's name. I don't know why, I just can't. I don't want them to pull a Spider-Man and have the whole fucking world know who Hamster and Gretel really are. And yes, it is normal for a superhero show to have this stuff. But when it's so fucking obvious to the point where the superheroes don't even have superhero names, I'm just like, just tell everyone who you are. And unlike Phineas and Ferb, the show hasn't really proved why it would be dangerous for Hamster and Gretel to reveal their secret identities yet. Outside of maybe supervillains, but they don't have to reveal it to the entire world. But I promise, forever, for the rest of the video, I will stop talking about the whole secret identity shit. Now let's talk about aliens. So how Hamster and Gretel got their powers is that an alien ship showed absolutely out of nowhere, and they just say, you will be able to, we will be giving you these amazing powers, use them for good, and then they fly away. But at the end of this episode, we see a different brother and sister duo, and that same alien ship comes down, and it tells them the exact same thing that it said to Hamster and Gretel, but instead to use those powers for evil. And in the end of episode 4, or in the end of one of the segments, I actually forgot. Sorry. We see that ship again, and that ship gave the powers to the villain of that episode, whose powers were to talk to and control onions. Basically Aquaman, but for onions. Basically, to the fuckers who think that Aquaman is lame, this is what they think Aquaman really is. Like, I'm sick of people thinking that Aquaman is lame or uncool. No, Aquaman's fucking awesome. He's the king of Atlantis. He can control everything in the ocean. They could do, all those fish could do its bidding. Like, Aquaman's cool, damn it. Also a massive copycat of Namor the Submariner, but somehow Aquaman's more popular. Wait, is this statement pro-Aquaman or anti-Aquaman? Why the fuck am I doing a rant about Aquaman in the middle of my Hamster and Gretel video? The point is, those aliens gave the powers to the Onion Lady, too. So, it seems that these aliens are experimenting on humans to see what they will be doing with these powers and how they react to them. And I hope we explore more with that further on down the series, because this isn't even the full season. Disney Plus just released the first 5 episodes of the season. 3 of them haven't even aired on TV yet. Similar to what they did last year with The Ghost of Molly McGee. Actually, the exact same thing they did with The Ghost of Molly McGee, but still. Overall, I'd say Hamster and Gretel is a pretty good show. It also has some, not the best, but some decent songs, and some great characters, some nice designs and animation, some decent superhero shenanigans, and it's overall just a fun time. If you like Dan's old work, I'd say give this show a shot. But anyway, guys, that will be it for this video. What did you guys think of Hamster and Gretel? Please let me know in the comments. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified for future videos. And if we get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, then I will make one giant video reviewing every SpongeBob video game. But if you want to see that, then hit the subscribe button. But until then, I'll see you later. Bye!